Shalom, this is Mary Omni from the World Government House of King David, Holy Covenant Constitutional Enforcer. I'm the woman of Galatians 4:4 and the woman of Revelations 12. Please refer to your Bible. And all I ask you to do is to consider that I am who I say I am. I'm the mother of the New Jerusalem, and I'm the mother that gave birth to newborn King Emmanuel, February the 15th, 2011. It's April 2013. This is a Republic Notice. It's April 2013. The title of this Republic Notice is called, Was Steve Harvey Right in Calling Tavis Smiley and Uncle Tom? Was Steve Harvey right in calling Tavis Smiley and Cornell West and Uncle Tom? Well, I think a lot of people need to read Uncle Tom's Cabin because they use that term so loosely, and I don't think they really understand, who Uncle Tom was. And I think before they use that term so loosely, they need to read Uncle Tom's Cabin, or maybe we looking at the modern Uncle Tom, Clarence Thomas, sitting on the Supreme Court. Now, if you're basing it on him, then I would say that doesn't fit the profile of Tavis Smiley or Cornell West. Now, his profile, Clarence Thomas, this modern day man, is a man who abridged his own 15th New Jerusalem Wall, 15th Amendment. He abridged his own 15th Amendment for an adulterous relationship with an incorporate doctrine woman who he calls his wife. However, he was married constitutionally to black people. But God spared us him and let him go ahead in his adulterous vein and vanity, and to prove who he was and that he made a came from us, but he's not of us. And we got a lot of black men like that came from us, but they're not really of us. They of another spirit. And so what they do is they take up with women that are of a different spirit than their mother's kind. And so we need to make a whole list of these men. We know them: Quincy Jones, James Earl Jones, Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier. These are the frontline leaders in what you would call Uncle Tom. And what Tom stands for is tyranny. Tyranny of their own mother's kind. Tyranny of their own mother's kind. In other words, they join the tyrannical movement against their mother, Judah nation. Because if they Hebrew Israelites, they all come from the water womb of Ma'am. All come from the water womb of Ma'am, Judah, the Judah female. And the fact that they take up with women that are not even Israelites makes them Uncle Toms, okay? They're tyranny. They practice tyranny. They practice tyranny on their mother nation. So they're tyrannous on their own mother nation. So you remember that's what an Uncle Tom is. And we got millions of Uncle Toms around that has joined Babylon in a tyranny against the mother nation of Judah, the primordial womb on earth. Now, a real tyrannist is going to just outright join all those who war against her. Now, we have Cornell West and Tavis Smiley. Now, what they're doing is basically agitating, and they're misdirected. They're not Uncle Toms at all. As a matter of fact, they love their mother nation, and they want the best for their mother nation, but they're just going about it the wrong way, and they're getting caught up in the argumentative thing that black men are always getting caught up with, and they just come to a standstill and stagnant because they busy biting and barking at each other. And meanwhile, the black baby is still dying. The black woman is still really the frontline soldier, and she's being talked about like a dog from some of her other sons that act like they want to become Uncle Toms. And I wish a lot of them would and just move out our way. I wish they'd just go with the woman they like and stop talking about the daughters of Jerusalem. It's like, go get your Babylon bitch already and leave us the hell alone. You got everything, you can find everything wrong with us. I even saw one where some Hebrew Israelite brothers was talking about all these scenes of these homosexuals, this, that, and that, and other, that, and other. They was talking about everybody, and they was using scripture, and they was laying it down, and they was talking about quite a few things. But they named the video to put down the black woman. And she was just a microsecond of what they was talking about. I mean, she was just a minute of what they was talking about. And they said she will be stinking instead of a sweet smell coming from her. She will have a stank smell coming from her. Now, they talked about a whole bunch of other stuff. They only talked about this black woman one time and quoted Jeremiah about her having tinkling ankle bracelets. But yet, they named a video. So they used the whole video to put her down, even though she was just 1 minute in the whole video. So this aggressiveness of attack of the black woman is them practicing a lighter form of tyranny. But they're redeemable. You know, God still is working on them. They're still waking up. But they still got this aggressiveness in their chest that they want to come against the black woman. You know, and then I see other older guys on there, and they got this thing about how the black woman private parts stink, and, you know, how she this. And if you looking for any reason to dislike her, you can multiply that by the billions if you're looking for it. I mean, anybody you dislike, you can come up with a billion reasons of all their flaws because you dislike them anyway. So the flaws can be like Mount Everest if you dislike them enough. So this older guy is talking about how, you know, this 55-year-old man went with this 28-year-old girl, and he made sure he washed her and all this stuff, and she was still stinking, and how black women have poor hygiene. Now, when they do these videos, they always speak in general. You know, they don't say that this exception or this, that. To them, all, you know, they give it to the whole world that the black Judah woman stinks, that she don't wash up, that her hygiene is poor, that, you know, she don't teach her daughters nothing, that she, you know, that it's her fault, that these boys ain't got no daddy, because she go to child support court, and this and that, and they can go on and 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 on, you know. But see, they will never have the real maturity to understand the black woman is the frontline soldier ever since, even before Harriet Tubman, and she been on the front line. Do you get on a soldier when he don't wash his ass every day? When he on that front line? Do you say, when he on the battlefield, do you say, man, your underarms stink? Man, you know, under your balls, I smell shit, you know? You know, he's on the front line. He's in battle. He's sweating. He's living from pillar to post every day, raising children by himself, you know? So my thing is this. I'm not saying that black women don't have their flaws. That's part of being human. And so if these men looking for somebody that's not human, or that can give them some perfume smelly vagina all the time, then I guess, you know, the one that you want to prop up in privilege along with Babylon, who's stealing your 14th and stealing the black woman 14th and all her wealth and got you in prison. Sure, she can be propped up. She ain't got to worry about nothing. She got time to soak in the tub for 14 damn hours in rosebuds. You know, put her on the front line. Let's see when the Babylon go down. Let's see when this stuff goes down, when this earth comes under the real hand that God has lifted off. Because God done lift off his hand of America. Let's see how she fares. Let's see if her stuff starts smelling. When she's in cages. When she start paying a debt that she done stole from the black woman. When she start realizing the tyranny that she has helped the white man all over the world against the black woman. When they start realizing the battlefield and what it takes to survive from minute to minute without a man raising kids. And you better understand one thing. No matter who she is, how she smells, or what she did, her stank pussy preserved your ass 500 years in America. So whatever it was and however it smells, you wouldn't be the hell alive without it. Now, go wash your damn balls. And that's what Uncle Tom is. Somebody who refused to smell his own balls and pointing his finger at his mother and jumping out of his own Jerusalem holy heritage. And as far as Mr. Cornell West and Tavis Smiley and even my boy Dr. Dyson, who called President Obama a pharaoh, you know, you guys are the most intelligent among men. I mean, you got all this book knowledge and you're supposed to be so intelligent, but you don't seem like you know what a representative government is. And it's okay to criticize President Obama. That's what you're supposed to do. But I like the way Dr. Carson did it. He did it with intelligence, and he talked more about his people. He didn't come in an accusatory, pointing the finger and calling people Uncle Toms and selling their soul for pottage and all this stuff. We live in a representative government. So when you wake up, Dr. Cornell West, Tavis Smiley, and Dr. Dyson, you will ask yourself, shouldn't you be the new senators? Why don't you step up to the plate and declare your senatorship? You don't have to run. You're already in the Constitution of senators. Evidently, what they call the Black Caucus needs to be replaced because they're your representatives. They're the ones supposed to be at the table with President Obama. And instead, Al Sharpton is at the table with him. And Al Sharpton didn't even say he was elected or running or nothing. But they still calling themselves the Black Caucus, being marginalized and crumbs, just wanting to duck their head for a paycheck, don't want to assert your constitutionality. They should have been calling themselves the Constitutional Caucus quite a while ago. They've been sitting up there for 40, 50 years, and nobody says nothing to them. President Obama is part of the executive branch of government. The Black Caucus is the legislative. These other communities are getting money through these hijacked senators because your Black Caucus is still concerned with the minutia of being black instead of constitutional, see? They don't want to assert their constitutionality because then that takes some work and that takes some real balls, but it's necessary. And if they don't have the balls at this time, it's time that they resign. It's time that they resign. And you move in there, Cornell West, and you move in there, Tavis Smiley, and you move in there, Dr. Dyson, and understand what representative government is, because it's not just the executive branch. He is supposed to be in charge of national security and truth. You know, somewhere the civic lesson is missed. Anytime everybody keep pointing their finger at President Obama, but the Black Caucus have been sitting on the toilet for almost 40 years, 50 years, and refusing as constitutional citizens to call themselves the Constitutional Caucus. See, whatever in there, they practice, some of them in there is practicing tyranny against their own nation. So you better begin, black folks, to replace them. Because he pointing the finger at Obama only, then they know you're still sleeping. They know you don't know you are in a representative government. The executive branch of government is only one part. You in the representative government that's by senators and state legislators. And they're still lying today, going along with the lie, that there are only district representatives. How are they going to be district representatives and they constitutional citizens, national citizens? They sleeping on your rights, and you better kick their ass off that toilet and tell them to flush it and move out the way. If you're going to point a finger, you better point a finger at all of them. All these hijackers, white ones, all these people who on your government and on your dime and on your birthright. Because just pointing it at President Obama, that's why Steve Harvey said you was an Uncle Tom, because you got all these people with their foot all up twisted in your ass. And all your small mind can see is President Obama. But you're not Uncle Tom. Your intentions are well intended, but you are pointing when you should be balling a fist up and telling some people to move out the way.
This is Mary Omni from the House of King David. Shalom.